Okay, now we are about to start. I will start recording the screen now. I'm sure you can see my screen. Let me use this app. Are you there? Can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay. Let's begin. First thing first, this is your white uh, uh, Canva for your Pixel Lab. This is your Canva for Pixel Lab. This Canva, there's nothing on it. Since there's nothing on it, for you to be able, let me just change the color so that you see what I'm showing you. Okay. You see, there's nothing on this Canva. It's blank. If you click on this layer icon here, you see there's nothing showing there. So first thing first, you bring in that shape. You bring in a shape. You bring in your shape. This shape, we have just bring it in. What do? We curve it. Get it a curve radius. Then we okay it. You see this now. If you check your layer now, you see it's only one layer you have there. So I'll bring in another layer so that I can merge it. You can't merge only this image. You can't merge only it. So I'm going to bring in another one. But this one, let me just give it a color so that we can see it clearly. Let me give it a red color. Good. Now it's in red. Now I'm bringing in the other layer. You can do any of them. You can start this one first, or you start with the second one. So we go with this. Go with this. Now, you see this layer we have just included have covered the whole Canva. So there are two ways of taking your work to the back. Either by you clicking take to the back, or you go to layer here, you drag, take it down. You see that layer is now on it. So this layer now, let me just give it a color so that we can see it clearly. Giving it a color, let me just pick any color. Let's pick this different color so that you can see it better. Let me just pick this color. Let's see this. Good. So now what you have now is you now have two layers included. So these two layers you have now, what do? You merge them together. If you erase before you merge, it will not move. So you merge together. After you have merged, you see the two have now become one. So I can just easily leave this here. So next thing we do is for us to erase the color. I'm showing this practically so that everybody will understand. We erase color. You enable that, you pick color. Since this color is not white, so it will not pick itself automatically. So you pick on erase color. You see, we have erased color. Now the background we have today, that is what is showing there. So I can just pick a color for this so that we can see everything the way it's supposed to be. Let's say I want to use this other color. Let me just put it as red. Now, you see at the back, the normal layer, the normal board, or you call it a board, the normal empty board, that's the color behind it. So that's what you have there. So if I assume I want to change that color now, let me change it to white so that we see it clearly. White, you see, that's what you have there. So it's as simple as ABC. So relative position, we center it. After we have done that, the next thing we are going to do, let's bring in that image. I used to tell you, bring in the image from gallery. I'll just pick any image. Let's say I'm taking this lady. Now, if I'm using this lady now, see, what do we do? First thing first, I always advise, always ensure you center your image. Now, it has been centered. This image you have here, you move to the back. There are different ways to move to the back. You can just take it here, down here. You have it at the back. So this is your image you have at the back. So advice, always lock the image you are not using. I'm going to lock this one first. So this image you are not using now, what do? We copy it. You see? Now we have the other image here. So what do? You click on relative position and center so that it will just align on it. After that, what do? You mask your work. You just mask it. Click on mask. The moment you click enable, you see, it has been masked. So in doing so, if maybe I don't like the way it is like this, I can just easily go to layer, mark these two together, and then I move it. You see, I start to move it down. You see, then we are good to go. It's as simple as ABC. So I'm sure we understand this. Are you there? We have two participants here. Are you there? Hello, if you are just joining me, if you are there, please respond. Okay, I think we don't have anybody here. So let's proceed. So that is for this. So let's say today we are going to actually learn how to blend a background. We are going to learn how to blend a background to an image. So after all said and done, let's blend background to image. Let me take this off. Good. Now I'm going to bring in an image we are going to use for this class. Let me look for one of the image that someone sent from that work. Okay, I think we have an image from that class. Who are we using? Let's say, okay, let me pick this lady. Good. Now we have this image now, and we happen to have this image on this. So let me just bring in a shape to overlay it, since I don't want to use the default background. So we'll have this. So I'll have this. You pick a color for it. You use the color picker and pick from the image you uploaded. You see? Then we'll pick. See? We have that. So what do? You move this image back. Then you see? Now, if you observe this image now, you can't easily differentiate it. So for you to be able to work on that, let me see how many persons are in this class. Let's see if we're going to proceed. Okay. Can you people hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello, is anybody there? Okay. Let's proceed with this. So, by so doing now, we have this. So we can easily blend. If you observe now, you can easily differentiate this now. So regarding blending this background, I'm going to bring in a shape so that we blend this image into the background. That's what I'm going to do. Then we pick a gradient. Then we pick a color. This is empty. This is the color picker. And pick from this image. Hello, somebody. Is somebody there?
Yes.
Okay. We are trying to blend this image. Good.
I
I'm
got
sure
you
we
clearly.
saw. I'm sure you guys are following.
I got you
I'm
lively
sure
now.
you said.
I got you lively.
Okay. Can you see the live feed?
Sam?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. So, where did you join in from? I want to know so that because we have done one aspect before, we are running this live one so that if anybody is having difficulties in from previous classes, so that we can easily trash them out.
I'm just joining it now. I'm just joining it now.
You are just getting this now.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are there any questions from previous class regarding those previous designs that we did? Those tricks.
And that's what I'm saying. I just join it now.
Oh, you just joined now. That means you have not done any of your assignments before.
Eh, I can't type anything, so I don't know how to.
You said?
On WhatsApp, the place I can't type anything. I was blocked, so I don't know.
Okay. So, uh, okay, let me show that again so that we get it one after the other. There is step one. Step one, you bring in a shape because you have a default background already. Someone was having difficulty in doing this, so that was why we said let's run a live program so that everybody can see it clearly. Now, this one, let me just give it a color. Now, if you look at this, your layer button now, you only have one layer here. Now, because you are having just a single layer here, you are working with this layer. Now, there's nothing there. The background you see here is white. That is the board you have there. So now the layer on top, now I've put a red layer on top. So the next thing we bring in, you bring in another layer. You bring in another layer. You see? This layer we have now, you see it's white. Now let me just make it look somehow beautiful. Let's do this way. So you see we have this. Now, what you do next is for you to merge your layers together so that the two become one. After you have meshed them, you see, they can now move together. See? Now, after you have meshed, let me change this background so that you see. Now, if you are changing this particular board, so that you don't get it confused, you use this particular button I just clicked here. I'm sure you can all see it. This button I just clicked here, that is where you pick color from. I can start to put black. I can start to make it transparent, so that there will be nothing at the back. So if you observe now, since there's something transparent, you are seeing your white stay there because you have not erased the color. Next thing you do is for you to erase the color. So for you to erase color, you come to your erase color, you click erase color, you enable it because it is a white color. Because primarily, pixel art it is being designed in default to always erase white color. So when you have white and you enable it, it's going to erase the white. But if it is not the white you want to erase, you want to erase red, for instance, you click on this color picker here. The picker you have here, you use it to touch red and click on pick. You see it's going to erase red. But if it's white you are going to erase, you pick the color picker, you use it to pick. You see it's going to erase the white for you. So by so doing now, you see your background is transparent. So if you want to put maybe a color at the back,
Excuse me, sir.
yes,
Actually, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Your background is not changing, the screen is not changing, and it's like everybody is off this video chat. Okay, I think somebody just came in. Your screen is just blank. It's not changing. It's just blinking. I can't see anything particular. Like I'm not sure any one of them is saying anything. That's why they are going out and they're coming back. Okay,
So you
so now
mean
we can see.
you can see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen now.
Okay. How about now? Can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see it now.
How about this? Can you see it now?
Yes.
You can see this.
Yeah, I can see this one.
Okay. So now picking a color for this background, you observe it's a transparent color there. So I can decide to put that blue behind. You see now, because we have erased that background there, it's just
Okay.
manipulation of shape. So you see, that's what you have there. So now the concept is for you to be able to insert a picture. The picture should come as if it comes from inside the shape upward. So we are going to bring in an image. You can pick any image that don't have a background. It's advisable to use image that don't have a background. I see someone did a work that have image, that used an image that have a background. The image that don't have a background. Now let me use this, my boy. So by so doing, we have this. So it's advisable you center your image. Just center it. You go to relative position. It's relative position that is for centering. You click on center and middle. So it will be there. Then you can move to the back. The best way of moving to the back, maybe some persons are getting some things confused. Moving to the back simply means you click on layer. If you don't want to do it from there, you use your hand and move it in between where you want it to be. If you want it to be at the back of this, because you have two layers, you use this. You see, it has gone to the back. Can you see that? Hello?
Please, can you repeat that process just now? The one you did just now, the alternative way of taking a picture to the back of the shape.
Okay, good. What you do is, you see this layer, this button here is layer.
Okay,
So what you
yes.
do is, you click your hand on it, you hold this and drag it down. You drag it beneath the
Okay,
other one. You release it. You see, it's
okay.
going to go behind it. Now,
Okay,
here also you can
thank you.
also lock anything you don't want to move. You lock like this. You lock that. Now you see this
Mm-hmm.
image you have inside. You just copy it.
Mm.
When you copy it, you
Okay,
go to relative position and center it. That's all.
okay,
After you have centered this, you mask it. Masking simply means you cover one part of this image. Yes, so we click on mask. I can start to drag it a little bit up. I want it to cover it up to this extent. Want to cover to the up to this extent, you do that. So that it's cover up to that extent. You click on enable. See, it has cut off the leg. So now the best thing you now do is for you to just move these two images together. The best way of moving the two is for you to select the two. There's this button that have
I think
a
it's
phone
on
and a
live.
pen. A phone and a pen, you click it and you click on move. You just move it down. See? You can move it to any position you want to position it. So it's as simple as ABC. Now you have this. Now the reason we are learning this manipulation so that when you know how to manipulate shapes, that is when you will learn how to easily write text. When it comes to writing text, when it comes to using text, we'll do that. But for now, let's learn how to manipulate shape. I'm sure we all get this because I saw someone ask a question regarding this. So that's why we just repeated it live. Hello? How many
Yeah,
questions do we have?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, this for this. Now, we said we want to learn how to blend pictures to a background. So we're starting this afresh. I'm erasing my screen. I'm going to bring in an image. let's just import an image. The best thing is for you to import an image that have a single picture. That is the best way to do it. That is to import an image that have only just one background. That is the best way of blending pictures. If it have multiple background, it will be difficult for you to blend. Not impossible, but it will be difficult. So you come to your gallery and you go and get an image. So let's get an image. I'm picking an image someone submitted in that assignment. Person did remove the background completely. Who are we using? Okay, let's say, let me pick this image. Okay. Now, if you look at this image has a single background. So by so doing, what we are going to do now is just for us to pick a bag. If you don't want to work with the background, to just leave the background alone, you can easily bring in a shape to overlay this image. You see that? You have this. Now, since you have it now, you move this image on top. The image is at the top. Then you now pick a color for this particular image so that the color will match the background of this picture. If you do that, you'll see. Let's click on this. This is how you blend your background to your picture. Come to color, you enable color, then you pick this plus sign is where you use to pick a color. You use your color picker, you click on the image and you pick the color you want to pick. You see? Now if you observe, this image now have merged with the background. So by so doing now, you can't even differentiate between the background and the image background because you have just blend them together. This is one method of blending image to a background. And if, for example, I want to blend this image again from down up with another image, what we do is for us to click on the plus sign, click on shapes. Now we are going to learn how to use gradients. Gradient simply means when you can decide to use 2, 3 more, or you can even use 5 colors, and those colors will be arranged in an order you want them to be. So we'll be using, let me bring this here. We'll be using gradients now. We want to work with 2 colors. We're working with 2 colors. I'll click my plus sign. Can you hear me? Hello? Somebody there? Do you have somebody there? Okay, let's proceed. Let me see if there's someone there. Hello? We have 3 persons.
Hello. We're here.
Okay. Now we are going to pick. I want to work with 2 pictures. One picture will be in this transparent. For you to be able to get a transparent, if you observe this end, this end, if you observe when you move this way, you see the color is dominating. But I want it to be a transparent color there. So you click on this bucket. This bucket for color. You pick it. You go down here and you drag this to the back. That way you have made this side transparent. You see, it's transparent. You don't have a color. So then you click on this other one. You see, this one, it has a color. We now use it to pick a color from the image. Let's pick this color. We have just selected. Now I can start to move this a little bit up so that you see it's going to blend with the image. When you move it too close now, you see a very straight line between those 2. So, but I want it to blend this way. So now, you see, I'm sure you can see this. Now, we have this. See, this way we have blended a background with that image. So this way now we can easily now write our text. we want to write text. For example, now we want to lock. I'm just teaching the simplest way of doing all this. Just lock them so that they don't move around. You see, they can't move around. Now you can easily bring in our text. For example, we want to say happy anniversary. Now, you see, we are going to choose a color for it so that that text will have, let's use white color. Pick white color. Then you can pick a font for this text, because the font you know how to use actually matters a lot. So let's just go here. I'll pick Montserrat Black. Then we have this. So you see, you have just been able to blend that image to this. So any question? Any question? Any question? Any question? You are taking questions. Any question?
Please, is this when you put this color on this lady, is it still on that erase color?
No. It's not erase color. I didn't erase any color here.
Okay. So how did she get behind this color and kind of the color is now transparent on her jean?
Yes. What I did was gradient. I did a gradient. A gradient.
Okay.
I explained what a gradient means just now. Gradient simply means it's a process of you. It gives you an ability for you to use two or more colors. You understand?
Okay.
Now let me show you. This layer is for the text. This layer is for that background. Look, I can you see I have hide it so that you can see it. You see? Now this other layer, this one is another shape I brought in that I colored. I can also hide it. You see? This is the image we have. Abi? Now this image we have, the first thing I brought this layer to blend it, and I brought in on this other shape again to add it on top. So what we did regarding this shape is this. Should I repeat it? Should I repeat?
It's okay.
You see, it's just a shape we brought in, and we just go to gradient and pick a color for it.
Color for it, okay.
Yes. So this way
The top is transparent,
you
while
see,
the
this
down
is
has
the top is transparent, while the down you use that color. So this way, you see, you can easily use it to block anywhere. So this way now, it now looks as if the lady now comes in from inside, but that was how it was done. So this is another method of photo manipulation. So let's do another manipulation for the end of this class. Let's do one more manipulation. I'm sure we'll get this, capture this. So let's do another manipulation. I'm bringing an image. Let me use an image. Let's go to gallery and pick one image. Let's say I'm using this boy. Now I have this. Sure, we can see this. Now I'm going to bring in another. Let's say I want to bring in a brush. I'll merge this guy with the image. So by so doing, now we are going to bring in something from the gallery. So we are going to bring this in. Let's go to my background. So in this background, I'm going to bring in this that look like a blood stain. Can you see it? So we bring this in. If you
Okay.
observe now, this blood stain now, it has white on it. I'm going to erase this white. If you are going to erase a color from inside a color, you go to erase color. You go to erase color, you enable it. You see, the color is gone. You okay it. Now, I want this color.
Sorry, your screen is stagnant.
You can't see it.
No, I can't see it.
Can you see it now?
No, it's only the blood stain I'm seeing here.
Maybe you're having some network glitches. I'm
Okay.
recording the screen actually. But can you see it now?
Still stagnant.
Since it's at your end, it's stagnant too. Hello, can you see it?
No. No.
Okay. Can another person see it also?
I think the both of us. Okay.
The both of you can't see it?
Yes. None of us can see it.
Can you see it?
We can't. It's still standing. Just the blood stain.
Just the blood stain. I think there's a network issue here. Okay. Let me stop and share this screen again. Okay. Can you see this? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Let me take it back here. Can you see this now?
Yeah, you can see the baby.
So now, you see this blood stain I brought up? Eh? I'm going to
Yes.
merge it to this baby's body. So you see this? Maybe I want it to be around, let's say here. You see this? Can you see that? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to copy this baby. But let me just center everybody so that everything will be at the center. Relative position. Good. Now that it's at the center, I'm going to copy this baby and keep it. I've kept this baby on one end. Then from here, I'm going to mask this baby to that end, just like cutting off the baby from that end. So what we do is we go to masking tool. We enable. Now, in this case, now I'm going to move this tool. I'm going to move this tool, then arrange it this way so that the baby can blend to this image. Can you see this? Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
So now what do we do now? We are going to merge them together. This and this, we merge. Let me see. We merge this and this. We merge it. Good. Now you see this baby and this are together now. Huh? Can you see that?
Yes.
Good. Now I'm going to bring in a shape. Let's bring in a shape to occupy practically everywhere. Then let's give this shape a color. Let me just give it a red color since my baby is putting on a red shirt. Then you take it, I'll just take it to the back. You see that? Remember, this is one of the baby's picture I copied at one end. This picture I copied at one end is just for control. So now, this baby now, I'm going to color it with one color, the whole baby, the baby and this blood mark. So what we do is this: you just come to color, you enable. Let me give it a white color. You see now, the baby now is having a white color. Then this now, if you observe now, the baby now becomes like that shape that we are using today. So you center this, and then we merge it to this. We use the background and the baby that have blood stain, we merge them together. Now, after merging, you see the baby has been merged. We are going to erase this background so that the baby will just be on its own. Then we click on go to erase background, enable it. Pick color is this one we want to erase. We have just erased it. Now, after erasing it, then we are going to bring in this baby forward, the one we have copied before. You see this baby that is here now. Just move it to the back. If you move it to the back now, it's going to occupy any other part that is remaining. So move the baby to the back. What's going on? Okay, something that is not working here. The color here we erased did not erase. So let's pick this white color. Have you seen we have just erased that color now? Huh? Hello? See,
Yes.
that's the full baby's picture now. But after we erase the picture now, the baby is now behind. You see? Now, this particular design, let me lock this so that it don't move around. This particular design now, you see the baby is well positioned. Now we are seeing white behind because there is there's a white background at the back. Can you see that? So we just position the baby inside this shape. So by so doing, let me just click on relative position. You see, we just move the baby and keep the baby where the baby is supposed to be. Now, because the back, let me show you what is actually at the back. If you see at the back, you see we have white background. Isn't it?
Yes.
Now, we want this white background to have a color of what the baby is wearing. So we go to background. This clip down here, that double click is the background. We click on color. We just click on plus sign. You click on this picker. Then you touch the baby and you pick a color from the baby's shirt. You see? The baby is now, you got that color from where the baby was. So we place this back on top of the baby. Let me just center that so that save us the stress running around. So we position, relative position. You see, you have just done a design. So you can easily just save this. Remember, when you are saving any work, so that you can be able to print it anywhere you go to, what you do is this: always ensure that you save your work as Ultra. When you save image as, you move down, you see where you have custom, you click on it and you click save as Ultra, and then you save to gallery. This way your image will be saved perfectly. So any question? Any question? So I don't think we have. Do you have any questions? So this was what we just designed now. I'm dropping it there so that all can see. You see, I've just done this manipulation. So any question? Any question? So since there's no question, I'm going to drop a link on the other side for logo design. Everybody is going to design his own logo by themselves. So then I'll send you the resource for doing this design also. You also do this design. So that's the end of this class. I'm going to drop this same video here for this class so that other persons can watch it. So that is all for today. Have a wonderful night rest. 40 minutes.